decided she wanted to watch Eurovision and really got a bit together, so, you know.
I won't spoil it then, mate. But we're just...
Well, this...
ABB FIA Formula E moves from Monaco to the double in Berlin. Yesterday's race was, per usual in modern Formula E, it was very much 2x2. But who will take domination today as we get ready for the second San Manel Berlin EPrix? And we very much are looking forward to it as well. Hello, everybody. Welcome up to the commentary box. Myself and Ed Hunter alongside for this one. Ed's going to be disappearing about halfway through the race, though, just because of the shift in
3 p.m. Yeah.
Oh,
so I'm not
great.
sure. Well, I actually might just be just after the end then.
Yeah.
That might be okay.
We'll let you go as soon as the checker flag comes out as well to go through there. But Ed, what a qualifying. Dennis and Cassidy, 1-2 on the grid. NATO takes third. What are you expecting coming into today's race?
Yeah, it's interesting because Dennis was doing quite well yesterday until he got a puncher from contact with another car. As we see a man dressed as a giant chicken on the grid. But anyway, I'm not sure what that's about. There must be a uniquely Berlin thing. But yeah, Andretti with NATO in third on the grid, just behind Cassidy, who's alongside Dennis on the front row. They seem to have sorted out whatever their issue was in qualifying, and they seem to have a good energy management and good pace in the race. But as we saw with the factory Porsches, it's one thing getting to the front, staying there is quite another matter as well. And we saw Jaguar manage things to perfection yesterday. Cassidy sounded like he felt he got very lucky yesterday. He said it wasn't one of the best feeling races because it was just so much carnage at the back that he had to stay out of to make sure he had the energy at the end. And all sorts of interesting things going on. Apparently, Lucas de Grassi said after the race, "Oh, well, Ticktum will get a penalty for tapping me around." Ticktum didn't get a penalty, and then de Grassi has now gone on a rant about how, the stewards need to police this sort of thing because otherwise it'll just lead to people crashing into each other in revenge. And it's not like Lucas would know anything about that.
No, Lucas doesn't know anything about revenge driving, does he? I mean,
he seems to think himself as judge, jury, and dare I say executioner as well. But we'll see how. Let me figure out where he is on the grid. I think he's like just outside the top 10 in 12th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he is. Yeah, he's down in 12th place. Well, de Grassi probably just thought he was overdoing it, but like he did on his London holiday to the Swiss Alps in London in 2016. Buemi's here, by the way. He's back, but not racing. The FIA did not give him permission to jump in the car for this round of the
he had to do the whole event. It was a sort of, they were trying to push for a force majeure sort of thing. So unfortunately, Joel Eriksson in 11th and Paul Aaron will have to soldier on then in the Envisions, even though they'd probably rather have the main drivers in there that've got more experience and more pace with this car. So you got to feel for them because it's not the most enviable situation we dumped in halfway through the season. But it was quite a funny interaction with Jordan King because he talked about this as well with Jack Jordan after the race yesterday. And Jack was like, "What have you learned today that's going to help you tomorrow?" And he said, "Well, if I tell you that, I have to shoot you." And I really think more drivers should threaten to be violent towards Jack in exchange for exchanging information. I think it would make things a lot more interesting.
Right, you hold him down. I'll kick him. Let's get right to it. I hope everybody likes, by the way, the new graphics behind us. We've had it a couple of times at NASCAR, but the orbit with the grayed out background, that's going to be a new standard here for when we're hosting our pre-shows, just to make it look nicer for you as well.
I should have a look at this.
Yeah, it's very good. It's a Google Earth orbit of the Berlin Tempelhof, and we'll have with all our cameras on. So it's nice and pretty, and we're going to have that for
I see, yeah.
So we'll have this on. It was the black background was boring me a bit too much, and we've got this new toy from Google, and we make the 50-second loop anyway, so I thought let's just add it in as well, nice in the background. So we'll have that as well for several other series, including Formula 1 next time out at Imola, when we'll do some spinny stuff there as well. But time is here. A quick pre-show. We do apologise for that. But that is mainly because we've had to get all the action from MotoGP. We were covering that live on Twitch and on JBMotorsports 2. So we're all set now to go.
2024 ABB FIA Formula E World Championship. Eyes on the lights. The Berlin EPrix is underway, and Mortara leads the way from the front.
And full push. Can't stop or go a bit. I'm doing all the walk around now. I don't know what is happening.
The style of racing is just getting a little edgier, a little more frenetic. Pick your line here, boys, in the melee of all the chaos. Fenestrad gets shown into the wall.
I got spun from behind. Oh, man.
Degrassi's car bent like a banana. 3 wide. Oh, Gunther's in the wall. Contact with Hughes.
You okay? Sorry, guys.
Elbows out. Verne leads across the timing line. Nick Cassidy from absolutely nowhere up in second place. Great strategy once again. He's gone. This is now Nick Cassidy's, and he wins the Berlin E-Prix. I'm amazed.
Oh, yes. Beauty. If ever there was a tale of never give up, it's that.
The second weekend for the Berlin E-Prix. It's round 10 of season 10 of ABB FIA Formula E. Tempelhof hosts its 19th race event, and it's another different layout change. Same as yesterday though, but it provided us with peloton-style racing once more. Today should be a little bit more open. 2 less laps, 38 in total. But attack mode has changed as well. So much to look forward to here in the racing action today as we look into it. I'm Joshua Birch. Alongside me in the commentary box is Ed Hunter as well for this one. Down in the pits, Omi and JT, who are going to disappear as well as they're going to run off to the all-important British Touring Cars. Here's your starting grid then, from back to front. Dan Tinctum starts in 22nd after a 40-place grid penalty as well. Kelvin van der Linde starts in 21st. Jordan King starts in 20th as well. Paul Aron starts in 19th. 18th on the grid for Taylor Barnard. He became the first rookie and 19-year-old to get points last time. Sasha Fenestrad is in 17th. Ollie Rowland starts in 16th place. Soja Sete Kamara is 15th. It's 14th for Jake Hughes and 13th for Johan de Ruvela. 12th on the grid comes with Lucas de Grassi, and Joel Eriksson just missed out the duels by a fraction of a second. The top 10 sees Antonio Felix da Costa and Jean-Eric Verne lose out yesterday in the duels, but the top 8 make it through. Penalty for Stoffel van Dorn drops him down for a technical infraction, and Juan Mortara starts in 7th. Pascal Wehrlein starts in 6th position. He just escaped a technical infraction penalty. 5th on the grid, that goes to Maximilian Gunther as well in the Maserati. It's 4th on the grid as well for Mitch Evans. What can he do in the Jaguar? Cassidy is in 2nd position. Norman Nato is in 3rd on the grid. Poleman, that is Jake Dennis. What can he do with pole here today after yesterday not getting the greatest of luck, unfortunately? All eyes will be to what he can achieve here today. Brilliant run through on the grid there as usual, Ed. Nice to have you with us as we heard from you in the
I didn't
pre-show.
realise Van Dorn had that infraction penalty
Yeah.
until you said, so I had to hurriedly rip him off the ground.
Woof, throw away and then throw back in Jean-Eric Verne, who finished in 8th. Go on, JT.
Also, Dan Tinctum is starting in Munich today for this
he'll
Berlin
have to
Grand
serve,
Prix.
this is what happened to de Ruvela yesterday because they replaced all those components in the gearbox, so they'll have to serve essentially a driver penalty to replicate the rest of those places. But if there's a safety car later on, like there was for de Ruvela yesterday, that could help. Although de Ruvela said he had an energy target that was 1 lap less than everyone else, which is why he was going to run out anyway.
I like that camera angle. Can we have that for the start, please? I know it's a backwards facing angle, and usually I hate those, but we actually saw the entirety of the grid. Looks like we're going to get the same one, though. Ideal strategy is to use both attack modes early in the race. Say the virtual engineer. Like that camera angle, actually, as well. Yeah, let's stay with this one then, please. Eyes to the lights. Attack mode will be available after lap 1. Who's going to take it when? It is the Berlin E-Prix. Round 10 of the season. Green extinguished. Eyes to the lights. 3, 4, 5. Go! In Berlin! Good start from Cassidy. He's going to jump ahead of Dennis down to turn 1. Dennis again looks like he's standing still. Nato comes to the inside. Wehrlein round the outside. 3 into 1. Does it go? Nato's going to get the crunch point. Dennis pushes Wehrlein towards the wall, who has to back out. Nato and Dennis side by side. Evans on the inside of Wehrlein. Evans round the outside now at turn 4. Wehrlein Verline's holding on, should be able to get the traction, and he'll have the position coming down into turn 6 and 7. Evans trying to hold around the outside, but Verline gets it as they jostle behind. Cassidy leads.
Yeah, I wonder if that was deliberate from Jake Dennis to sort of try and get in the wake of Nick Cassidy, save a bit of energy in this first part of the race. But look at Verline side by side with Nato then trying to split up the Andretti's.
Yeah, it's not going to work too much again.
Oh, now he's going for Dennis.
Oh, he's going to take second position, so Verline wants to hit the front. He does so. Verline takes second position. Dennis falls to third. So, while it was a nearly great start from the two Andretti's, unfortunately they do drop back to nearly status quo. Dennis from first to third. Nato stays down in fourth, so they've dropped back. Cassidy takes the lead. Verline takes second. End of lap 1 then. Van Dorn stays 7th. It's actually Jean-Luc Verne who touched the wall. Thought he might have. He's dropped down to 13th place Ed already as the lift and coasting battle begins. Around the outside, Evans should have traction here, and Nato's going to go for it on Dennis as well. Don't care if the teammates, they really are going to battle with each other, aren't they?
And look at Evans, he's got a wall of Andretti's in front of him, so that was actually looked quite tactical from Nato there, but I wonder if it seems like the exact opposite to yesterday, isn't it? Cassidy, instead of hanging back, he's got the lead and burn energy in front of everyone. Well, Verline is looking to sort of take advantage because if he can keep track position against the Andretti's, this could work out well for him.
Verline touches the
saving
wall.
that energy behind.
Yeah. So Verline gets forced into the wall here, and he brushes against it. The front comes up, and thank God. There was no damage though to the wing, was there? And I think he got pushed up by Nato.
Front wheels. So he's side by side with Nato, gets fed into the wall. Oh!
That was lucky for the champ.
Lucky
for the champ leader there. Massively lucky. He got
and then he kept his foot in the hairpin as well after that. So fair play to Pascal.
Pascal has, and he's taken the lead. So that's because Cassidy's going for attack mode early on. Now, attack mode for this race takes it with it's only 4 minutes in total. So you can either use 1 and 3, 2 and 2, or 3 and 1. Cassidy's taken 1 minute, so has Degrassi. 3 minutes for Jeruvela and Ericsson. 1 minute for Fenestraz, and I'm afraid I can't tell you the rest. And 1 minute for everyone else, including Roland, Barnard, Seti Kamara, Aron, King, and Van der Linde. So only 4 minutes of attack mode, down from 6, Ed.
Yeah, and looks like Tictum has served that penalty because he set a 40-second first sector there. So that's him coming out of the pit lane. So at least he's got it out of the way now, but it's going to be a long race from there, especially if there's no safety car for the next 35 laps or so. But yeah, Dennis now back up ahead of Cassidy. So Cassidy, having taken that early attack mode, he's gotten it out of the way, and it seems to be a rerun of the strategies that we saw playing out from yesterday, essentially.
Yeah. So everyone now already is going to be out of their attack mode as JT leaves to get ready for the touring cars and their second race of the day. Now, is Cassidy going to go straight for another attack mode here? If I was him, I would. Well, Verline, Dennis...
He's already in attack mode.
No, he's lost it. It's only a minute, and it's a 1 minute 5 lap, so he would have had free time to do it then. I would have used it then. That's not smart. Verline has kept the lead of the race and has taken a minute of attack mode. Dennis has come through as well to take a minute. Jeruvela, and they're on 2. Hughes taken 2, and Tictum on 17 seconds, yeah. And Roland, Barnard, and Aron have taken 3 minutes, so have Fenestraz and Degrassi. It's hard to keep track on who's changed where on these boards as they fly in towards turn 9 and 10 on the bottom half of the track. Roland's passed Seti Kamara, though. So just holding on tightly. Why have I got a feeling that Discord's had a problem and Ed's frozen? Yeah, 9 times out of 10, that's usually the problem, isn't it? Has Discord disconnected or something, and that's what's happened? No? Omi, can you hear me? JT, anyone? Okay. Well, Verline has done what I was saying. He's taken attack mode, so has Nato. Cassidy's taken now. He's taken 2. Verline's taken his 3, so Cassidy hits the lead of the race again. Once again now, out of it. Cassidy leads on lap 5. So they've both led 2 laps and 2. Jaguars side by side. Evans on the inside, Cassidy on the outside. Nato and Dennis battling together as well in the mid-half of the track. Passes the world feed, and there we go, yeah. Okay, so I think it might be Ed having a problem. Here's Evans.
2 Andretti's.
Dennis will run out of attack at the end of the next straight.
Slightly delayed.
So, yeah, Dennis is running out of energy, as I say. They're moving around like crazy in the middle half of that race as well. So we wait for Ed Hunter to come back in to the comm box as well. We'll just open up the blog temporarily. Attack mode's been taken on. Nato's past Dennis as well. And everyone flying with attack mode in towards the first corner. Everyone braking like crazy. Cassidy takes it over with attack mode now. So Evans hits the front on lap 6. Oh, and everyone is flying to the barrier. And now we've got Nato battling with Cassidy. Cassidy's on the inside line, keeps through. Nato and now Van Dorn in trouble as well. So Evans takes the lead on lap 6. Up the inside, double, toil and trouble for the DS Penske's. Vern and Van Dorn dive bomb, and the timing screen's unrotating because Vern's up into 9th, and then Dennis is going to try and go back through. Mortara versing Vern. Vern through. The timing screens are out of sync. They've frozen. The timing screens have frozen. And that's DaCosta going for the lead on Evans. In the last corner, did they touch? That was close. Did they touch? Evans and DaCosta again to take attack mode. They did not. Evans leads. DaCosta second, Verline third, Cassidy fourth. Nato's out of attack mode. Van Dorn, Dennis, Mortara, Vern, Degrassi has the top 10. Anyone going to take in this lap? Yes. Evans takes how much attack mode? 1 minute. It gives him 3 later. Comes out ahead of Norman Nato. DaCosta takes the lead. Cassidy on board, looking back to Evans with Nato all over the back of him. Dramatic stuff. So DaCosta now leads. Radio.
So Mitch and DaCosta have not done any attacks yet. Verline in front of you has done both.
So
3 down on Mitch last time round.
Yeah, again, slightly delayed team radio message there because Evans.
yeah, slightly delayed, but everyone's going crazy now in the braking zone as they try and move through and just holding it together to see if there'll be any sort of attack charge. I think Ed Hunter's had a failure of his power supply. Hope he's okay. So we'll wait for him to get into the race. DaCosta leads. 701 points scored in his career. Verline 483 in total. Incident between Verline and Nato has been noted by the stewards as they break in towards the first corner. DaCosta takes attack mode, as does Norman Nato. That gives Verline lead the race, puts Cassidy up to second. Evans comes back into third. Van Dorn and Nato swapping positions like crazy. As Van Dorn's gone crazy, Mortara's going to have a go with that one. Mortara's going to fancy a bit of the pie to come back through. And Cassidy's now surely wanting to take the lead away from Verline again. This race is just insane. Lap changing every way as we now see Mortara past Nato side by side. And Dennis Radio, contact to the midfield.
Wait, on my steering wheel I've taken both attacks now. I have no attacks left. I'm in STG 3 now. I had the power. All correct. Okay, all correct now. This is showing us all correct.
So Dennis has lost position like crazy as Nato's dropped down the order. Nato's dropping like crazy. Nato's got a problem out there somewhere. Nato has dropped to 21st position as Cassidy's going to the inside line of Pascal Verline in towards the first corner. This will be for an actual overtake in the race, and Verline is defeated by Cassidy in the first corner. So Dennis is going crazy out there as well, and Nato stopped. Nato apparently has stopped on the track. I can't see, Tictum's down there, he's 22nd. I can't see where they think Nato stopped. I can see Nato on the track. Nato's still in the race. So his transponder must have failed. Only explanation, but that's going to make the timings really difficult because Nato is now diving up the inside. Jake Dennis is involved there too, but Nato's in around about 8th position. He's battling with Mortara and Van Dorn, yeah. So that means Van Dorn's 9th and Nato's in 8th place. The timing screens have gone wrong. So they're wrong. Nato's in 8th place and they can't correct them. What drama we're having here in Formula E. Nato's been put a lap down. If they can't fix this, they'll have to red flag the race. Sounds stupid, I know, but if the computer's malfunctioning, then it's not giving us the correct information. We did wonder why Dennis is having problems as well. As meantime, DaCosta battling for the lead of the race against Cassidy. Cassidy led that lap before, and now we've got DaCosta leading. So it's again lead changes after lead changes. Cassidy, for the third time today, takes the lead. DaCosta's coming back through, and now Verline going right round the outside. Verline trying to take the lead of the race, and that's Mortara just stopped in the middle of the track. Mortara gets through by Dennis and Nato. And now we've got Evans and Cassidy side by side. Nato has been returned to 8th position. Finally, the timing screens have rejigged themselves. So the problem...
This is chaos.
It is chaos. Hello, Amy. This is insane.
Yeah, insane stuff indeed. There's so much battling, like in every single position, including the lead. So the chaos from yesterday continuing here today.
DaCosta leads to lap 11. So Cassidy led 2 laps as now everyone's just going crazy out there. 3 wide into the braking zone. DaCosta takes it, and then there's carnage behind, and Evans was just like he was standing still. I can't call this. Yellow flag's out. Someone's off in the wall somewhere. Double yellow, turn 2. It's Gunther. Gunther's off again. Gunther's off in attack mode. Has he been put in the wall for a second time? And meantime, Verline and DaCosta battling in the front. Roland's come up again out of nowhere. Evans in 3rd. Double yellow now is out. Dennis coming through. No sign of the safety car. And ready. And safety car. Safety car is out. Max Gunther for the second race running is out of the Berlin EPrix. And I think as well, I mean, that is again a second time it's happened. The safety car's out.
Yes, and they're still backing like crazy, but we'll now have to get off the power because the safety car is out. But yeah, it was 2x2 all the way down to P8, so they're all going crazy. But we're going to have a little deep breath now. The safety car is finally out.
So Gunther in wall. And let's rejig the race as the Porsche safety car comes out. Let's pass over to Tom Brooks.
Lapping around of Mortara.
Oh, Mortara broken
when
wing.
they concertinaed up there at turn 9.
Wow.
Yeah, that all got a bit hectic, didn't they, for about 30 seconds?
Yeah, well, ultimately it caused this particular incident.
Sure, we'll get a replay sometime. So look, a bit of sorting out of the order there. I think that was Van Dorn letting Fenestra's pass.
I think Roland has just gotten ahead of Cassidy as well. Let's have a look and see what happened here to Max Gunther into turn 2. So you can see him there in the mix. He's in the blue car in the background of your picture. We're going to just catch the end of this one. So there's been a contact there with the
and just Gunther's got no front wing, and it goes underneath him and just goes straight in towards the wall. So there's absolutely nothing that could have been done there. So that's DaCosta taking the attack mode. Verline comes up alongside, and then Gunther further back is going to slap into the wall. We're riding with the Maserati man now. Oh, he just ran into the back of Nato. Immediately, front wing went under.
So unfortunate for him there.
Oh, this race just keeps on giving. Gunther's restarted. Gunther's got going again. So Gunther's not out of the race. So, yeah, they've rejigged the car, and Gunther's back in. Ed Hunter's had a power cut, but he's returning to us now, just getting reset up. Hi, Ed. Nicely done. How are you?
Not great. I thought there was an alarm going up in the background. I thought, oh, somebody's car maybe has been broken into. Power all shut off. And then it turned out that was actually the alarm system for my front door, because when the power cuts, that's what the security system tends to panic.
Mine does the same.
Yeah. Seems to have all sorted itself out now, but yeah, I've missed about half of this race, which is really annoying.
Safety
Nothing
car's
I could
out,
have done there, unfortunately. Oh, did the two Jaguars hit each other?
Yeah, and then
the replay showing.
NATO and Mortara made contact as well. So Mortara runs into the back of Cassidy. NATO then shoves him into Dennis, and Mortara just got mugged completely. Mortara's wings flapping around like crazy. Gunther is now in the pit lane for getting hit again by NATO. So, because NATO brake tested, and then that deployed the safety car because he was stuck on the track. But now, safety car's clear. We should be going back to green soon. So we should be going back to the race soon. And that's Gunther out of the race. So, issue beyond repair, I'm afraid.
Oh, second day in a row, same thing happened to him, sadly. But Porsche now in control at the front, which is quite a change-up.
Yeah, and DaCosta in front as well, compared to Verline. So let's hear from Cassidy.
Okay, it's an update for you. So Roland, Dennis, NATO, the cars around you, you've done all your attacks. Verline in second, DaCosta in first on both of his. Mitch has still got one to do.
Roland let Cassidy through
Further
there.
behind NATO, there's cars that have done no attacks.
Yeah, and
So I can only assume they were side by side when the safety car was called, and it's a rerun of yesterday.
Evans got a broken front wing. Evans' wing is damaged, but yeah, I think you're right. Safety car's been out for 3 minutes now, so we will have at least one added lap to the race.
Yeah. The only good thing about Peloton style of racing is that it really doesn't matter too much in the grand scheme of things if I miss like 10 laps or so because of a power cut, because unless it's the final 10 laps. And look at that front wing on Zach King's car.
Yeah.
It's hanging by an absolute thread there. But the person this safety car really helps out is Tictum, who of course had to serve that penalty.
I think that wing might be more... And there goes Omi to British Touring Cars with JT.
Well, thanks to Omi for filling in for me, because you would have been on your own otherwise.
Yeah.
He's just
Mortara.
behind the Nissan.
It's Mortara.
It is Mortara, you're right.
So that wing's getting
behind
worse.
NATO, sorry.
Safety car's in. Safety car is in. My God, that was a quick call. The field wasn't even bunched up together. How's that fair? Safety car's just peeled in without any warning, and then we've gone green here in Berlin. That was very...
Elkin's reacting to the fact that there was criticism it took too long. Now the Porsche's side by side. Wehrlein trying to go around the outside for the lead. Is he going for attack mode? No, not on the first restart, surely, as Evans watches with interest.
With that broken front wing flapping left side, and now the Porsche's just, as you say, blocking the track. But what was that restart from Scott Elkin? That was ridiculous. That's the second poor decision.
At least they sorted out the... oh, here we go. Side by side again. Wehrlein this time, once again, hung out to dry around the outside. Oh, and is that from Roland?
Roland's come out of nowhere again.
Dennis.
Dennis can try and fight back. Roland's going to slip through the inside now, and so is Cassidy. Cassidy's going to hit Evans if they're not careful.
Porsches have backed off. Look, the two Jags are together now as well. So Porsche are trying to just save energy while leading out front. Everyone else is going to save in their wake as well. So we've got the two rows once more, just like we saw yesterday.
Dennis has dropped down to 6th. Now up to 5th. This is past 7th. This is just toing and throwing. It's 2 by 2. It is Peloton. It is now. We are literally Peloton. We're just 2 by 2 now.
I can tell what Porsche's favourite story is. It's Noah's Ark, apparently.
Round the outside. Cassidy doesn't want to play that game. He takes the lead.
Look how slow they're all going. It's the field at the back that is setting fastest laps, actually. It looks like Evans is in trouble.
Yeah, going to get called out there as well. So Wehrlein led, and now we've got Cassidy leading again. So that's another lead change.
So it's just like it was at the beginning, so I haven't missed all that much. I just said the Roland's got up to 3rd and now up to 2nd.
And that's going to be Roland going for the lead of the race shortly. He wants to hit up front. You know that Nissan has good energy saving. Comically enough, a couple of years ago we wouldn't be saying that. But he's going to go for it, and that's Wehrlein coming back through on the inside to take 2nd away from him. This new layout is giving us close racing, but I've just got a feeling if we had the attack charge, or if these batteries could actually last the distance, if they were allowed to last the distance by the stewards, what race we'd actually get, because this is not good luck for Formula E.
Yeah, I think also there's another thing that's going on is these batteries have done over a season now, and they're sort of starting to wear, so the Gen 3 Evo can't come soon enough as Van Dorn goes round the outside of both Andretti's there.
Just a few
Tries
problems.
to anyway.
Yeah, that Evo car coming in season 11, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, next season. Oh, NATO's starting to struggle here, and it's holding up Dennis.
We never did get a Gen 2 Evo. That was a disappointment.
No, that was a pandemic.
Yeah.
So we could have can afford to waste money. I mean, Gen 3 Evo probably won't solve all the problems that Gen 3 has at the moment, but it should make a couple of them less prevalent. Unfortunately, I think the drag will still be there for the most part. As we see, this is a replay of Cassidy going around the outside of Evans and then picking off the two Porsches one by one. So up the inside of DaCosta. Oh, and he gets very aggressive here on exit, actually. DaCosta tries to defend a little bit, but then Cassidy just piles through a bit more energy. The efficiency of the Jaguar to the fore, and you can see Pascal Wehrlein knows he's just blowing for energy up front, so he has to duck in behind.
There is James Barkley, the team principal of Jaguar TCS Racing, watching on as everything hell breaks loose. Yeah, there's a motor race going on.
Roland's wing looking a bit fragile again because it's wobbling on one side at high speed. Have a look at it.
So just, yeah, that's good. That would be better coming off, actually, that little end plate. You can.
Well, they are
ram it, yeah.
reprofiling the end plate. I mean,
Yeah.
it does look pretty cool to have a sort of triangular front wing, but as we see the two Porsches side by side again, so the Costa tries to go around the outside of Wehrlein and Evans around the outside of Roland.
And Evans going to get shuffled out here. But again, they know. Oh, and there goes the other side.
Evans, contact.
Evans breaks the other side of Roland's wing now. It's now more misbent.
You can tell Mitch Evans thought he was a bit further ahead there. And this is what Jake Dennis was talking about yesterday, that you've got to be aware of the cars around you. And he said that what happened yesterday 2 times, out of all the side-by-side action, there were just 2 times where the other driver didn't see me. And that was what led to me getting the puncture.
Oh, and Evans thinking about
look at
it.
this.
I thought he was going to go for it there, but he didn't.
Oh.
Let's go for Dennis.
Look at Dennis, he nearly got squeezed there by Roland.
You have the equal most energy in the field, including all the back markers, so don't worry about that for now.
Yeah, Dennis said actually, just for the safety car, I've used both my attack modes and now it's saying I'm underperforming. It says I've got no energy left. So he had problems with the steering wheel. We lost NATO's transponder, but it came back. Mortara's yet to take any of his attack mode, actually. How he's up in 8th, I don't know. But, yeah, Evans still got 3 minutes.
Because he hasn't taken attack mode, that's why he's in 8th.
Should have taken out
Although he did qualify pretty well as well. All Roland and Evans swapping places. There we go. Evans around the outside.
This is the most Cassidy's actually led the race, actually. He's led it 4 times now, each 2 laps, 1 lap, 2 laps, and now he's led it since lap 16. As they come through.
And now Roland being shuffled down a bit because Evans is up the inside of him. And those front wings, whenever they wobble, I worry that they're going to completely rip off and fall under the car, like we saw with Gunther yesterday.
And today.
And Cassidy getting defensive as well. Look at this.
Oh, Wehrlein's going to get shuffled out here if he's not careful from 3rd. He's on the outside line, and he has been. He nearly got put in the wall. And Evans goes through, and Dennis is alongside him too along the start line. So Roland's jumped up, and there goes, look at that. Evans trying to go around the outside of Roland in towards the braking zone for turns 1 and 2. That's tight, and who's taking attack mode? That's Mortara. 3 minutes. Good call.
Well, I mean, he had to use it at some point. There's only 18 laps to go.
Wehrlein wants to play, we play.
Roland's saying if Wehrlein wants to play, we'll play, and Roland can play, and playing and a half. Get off the team principles! That's better, because we've got Evans side by contact! Into the wall goes Wehrlein! Evans and Dennis involved as well!
He wasn't lifted in the wall this time. I think he was almost squeezed.
Contact!
Oh, look at that! That's Vern hitting Fenestraz.
And who then hit Van Dorn as well? Both DS Penske's coming to blow there, and Fenestraz ending up on his side. He got put down eventually, but he's going to have big damage, and Van Dorn's in trouble, and we're going to see Cassidy lose out here. DaCosta's got a great run. There's Van Dorn without a wing. Get off the principles, for God's sake, because I think Cassie's lost out to DaCosta, but yeah, they have. DaCosta's taken the lead. We haven't even seen it. That's not because of attack mode. Hang on a minute, why is Van Dorn continue with that front wing going? What is going on with the TV direction here in Berlin?
What is going on in general, yeah. That's even without me having that power cut.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I think that was the problem with TV direction. They wanted to cut to Nissan reacting to Roland's message there, but unfortunately the move happened just as they did that. So, yeah, you could. But I agree, the preference should always be on the racetrack, and maybe only if things get really dull should you turn to the team principles. But yeah, this is that free wide moment again, and this is the contact with Vern and Fenestraz.
He lost brakes.
Look at that, Vern loses it. He almost has to switch to the inside in a hurry and ends up lifting Fenestraz on his side a bit. And this is the view from Mortara around the outside. Oh.
Fenestraz was lucky there. That would have tipped. And it just stops everybody. And then more wing damage comes. Oh, and Degrassi got his wing clipped there as well.
He almost got squeezed there, but I think that was Hughes just in front of him.
Van Dorn radio.
My wing is off. Keep going if you can. Keep going if you can.
Well, that's a stupid decision as well, because it's underneath the car. Fenestraz gets ahead of Vern and Mortara. Fenestraz, despite being on 2 wheels a minute ago,
he has pit now as well, so clearly that was an earlier message where they didn't know how bad the damage was initially.
Instant between Mortara and Roland at turn 9 has been noted by the stewards. Dennis gets ahead of Evans, and that looks to be a nose cone change only for Stoffel Van Dorn. Meantime, in the front.
Oh, move for the lead.
Side by side, Cassidy trying to have a go at DaCosta. And there goes Van Dorn. For God's sake, we've got picture-in-picture, guys. Really annoying TV direction today. As look at this, Cassidy's going to have a meet with a wall here if he's not careful. Yeah, a little bit of blue smoke there. Roland's holding off again for third. And Cassidy's got a great run now, down across the line in towards the first braking zone. Cassidy's going to go right around the outside if he's not careful. It's Constantine up further back as well. But no, DaCosta still kept the lead of the race.
Cassidy and Dennis look the best on energy at the moment of that top group. But look at this, they're all shuffling by each other. It's so crucial not to crash into one another. Remember, we will get a few extended laps because of that safety car. Maybe 3 or 4, I think, at most, as my picture's frozen a bit. The virtual race engineer says the go moment will be with 10 laps to go. The most banal insight ever.
Whoever the virtual race engineer is needs firing.
It's probably just AI at this point.
Probably is.
What to say.
ChatGPT.
Dennis trying to go all around the outside of Roland here. So let's hope he doesn't get fed in the wall. Ollie Roland isn't afraid to get his elbows out, as he said yesterday. So, and here we go.
Roland been given a black and white flag for driving standards. Roland, black and white flag.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, and Roland's going to send it up the inside and jump Cassidy for second. Cassidy had a wide moment and he pulled down Dennis. And now we've got Dennis coming back to the inside line of Cassidy and Roland down towards the first corner. DaCosta so far ahead now by 1.169 seconds. I'm surprised actually, but oh, this is just getting messy again.
Oh, he's going to be caught quite quickly because surely he's going to have to start saving energy to make the end because he wasn't one of the ones that was saving energy before.
Roland in the wall again.
Oh, Fairline again in the wall.
Push me into the wall.
This is another incentive.
Yeah, that's the one we saw earlier on, wasn't it, that we caught up to? When he got pushed into the wall for a second time, this time not up in the air.
And that wall has always been a problem at this circuit. Even in the old configuration, it was coming out of that same hairpin, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Even though they've changed the order of where the start line is in some of the corners as well. But yeah, Jaguar in third and fourth now, starting to look a bit more confident. You can tell Evans is saving. And here we go, Fenestraz side by side with Nato.
He's going to force him wide and off the track. Fenestraz just got a little bit slidey, so he couldn't get through, but he shut the door on him now as well. DaCosta 9/10 ahead of Roland, as we see the McLarens with a damaged front wing there as well. Which one's that? It's Hughes.
It's Hughes. It's wobbling all over the place on Hughes' car.
Into the braking zone we come then. Oh, hang on. What's happened to Fenestraz and Nato at turn 3? They're in the wall! That's what's happened! Nato and Fenestraz in the wall!
It's Nato and Fenestraz.
Nato and Fenestraz in the wall. Safety car's out again, Ed. And this might...
Yeah.
No, okay, we're going to get away with it a little bit. Nato gets going.
It's going to be a safety car.
Yeah, that's definitely a safety car.
Only one car lost then. But Fenestraz, I imagine, isn't going to be too happy about that one.
Safety car again in the Berlin EPrix. And now that's going to tick us over to 2 extra laps, Ed. Because we were at 4:40 and now we're ticking over at 5. Oh, and Fenestraz, both wheels broken.
Yeah, he's wedged in there, Sasha Fenestraz. And to me, it looked like he was side by side with Nato, and Nato just got it wrong and squeezed him in the wall.
So added laps will become a factor here once again as the recovery truck comes out. At least it didn't take...
They're not wasting any time.
No. Well, at least Scott Elkin can get that out there quick enough. Yesterday it took the cars going 2 by 2 side by side to bring out the safety car. Right, this is Fenestraz, who's now finally out of the race. He's dive bombed the inside of Nato. And then, where's it gone down? It's at 4 and 5. This is coming. This is early on in the lap. They've been side by side for longer than this.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, so Fenestraz on the inside seems to get through here at the final couple of corners. And Nato clearly doesn't take this sitting down then.
Yeah,
so in towards turn 1. And Fenestraz looks in the mirrors.
Nato's up the inside.
No, he's defending the inside after Fenestraz. Then it's here. Here we go. So Fenestraz, a little bit of traction loss. And then we're about to see Nato just appear up the inside. Oh, and tag him in the wall. Even gets sent up a bit as well, which destroys his front wing. And he's applauding him sarcastically there as the accident's finishing, saying, what a stupid move.
That was a stupid move from Nato. I don't get where he was going.
Well, I'd like to see the onboard from Norman there before I make any judgment, but to me that looked like Norman just lost it.
I don't think you can. Nato's camera's broken.
Give space.
Says I gave him space. What space? I think.
Well, he gave him space, but unfortunately he outbraked himself and locked up. Was the issue there?
Yeah. I think NATO's camera's broken, by the way. It looks like it's off. Let's have a look.
There is a camera in the wing mirror.
Oh, there's one.
It's the bottom camera.
Okay, so we can see.
This is a good camera that feels like. You feel that that bottom camera under the floor is there to show us how the condition of the front wing essentially.
Yeah, it's damage cam, isn't it?
A little bit. Didn't Robot Wars used to have that?
Oh
Like,
god, they
you
did,
get
didn't
Phil
they? Yeah.
Forrester would have like a little damage cam. She'd just go over like the robot that had been sawn in half or something.
I remember that. Love Robot Wars. I would have built one, but I didn't want it to break. Is that a fan? Is that a fan alongside Bruno there in the safety car?
No, I would assume that's the medical co-driver thing, safety car, because you have a safety car driver and then a medic in there in case something happens to the safety car.
I'd love a go in that safety car.
Well, you're not a celebrity or influencer, so it seems pretty unlikely, Josh.
Yeah, but we know the CEO.
Oh. No, is it strong words? He bumped. I said hello to him when he came in, and then he came into the waiting room at the end, and I said hello again, and he gave me a death stare and left. But I think Jeff Dodds knows what I think about his decision to partner up with Saudi Arabia. So here we go. There's the onboard helmet cam from Norman NATO, and he gets his wheels off and he puts his hands up. So he seems a bit caught out by that as well. He thought there was enough space on the inside. So, I had to be honest, I think as much as Fenestrez was criticising there, for me that was a racing incident where NATO just sort of got it wrong and sadly there wasn't enough space for Fenestrez once he'd locked up and was going straight in there. The problem is also, you can leave enough space, but if you make contact with the other car, you're just going to go straight in the wall sometimes. Especially slide on like that.
So, lap 28.38. Safety car is in this lap. That's better. 9
Tictum and
minutes.
set a camera 15th and 16th. Not bad for Tictum after his penalty.
Okay, correction on energy. We're now 1% up to Roland behind latest reading. Go laps +1.
Well, we're going to have 3 added laps at this rate. So, add that in to the procedural effect. This is going to be a balmy old race.
It has been so far, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, DaCosta there, the engineer sounding confident in the race against Roland, but it's Cassidy and Evans and Dennis as well, for that matter, that's probably going to be the big threat. I have to see what Verline can do, because he got shuffled back badly in the past stint, didn't he? And the safety car's bolted, so they're probably in this lap.
Here we go, waiting for the green flag to come out. 9:53 spent under the safety car, so we will have maximum 3 added. Here's Roland.
To be honest, I'm happy where I am. The boys should be listening. I don't want to fight too much.
Oh, interesting.
Happy with second as we go racing, so we're not going to have much of an attack.
Is that a ploy to try and take the lead off of DaCosta, or is he going to try and work with DaCosta to hold off the Jaguars here, maybe, and do a favour for Antonio?
Yeah, we'll see. Roland might want to take
He
this
will be
one.
saving a bit of energy in his wake, so it's mutually beneficial for Roland to stay there in a way.
Well, DaCosta did have... They've been in this position before, back at Mazzano, race 1. A race win that's still under protest, we remind you. The fact that DaCosta won and then got disqualified, and Roland was the victor.
To be honest, I don't see Porsche getting it back,
I
because
don't
the
either.
rules are pretty slammed up the way they're written. But here we go.
Oh.
G-Jag side by side then at the hairpin, or the double apex. It's at 8 and 9, isn't it? And Dennis has got a great view of this, but remember, he's got Verline just behind him, so he might have to start making progress here, because we are approaching those closing stages. It'll be like 5 or 6 laps, and there's Verline up the inside, and they tangle!
Oh, Verline! Even Dennis has put his hand up saying, what on earth are you doing? Dennis getting nearly flipped upside down. Verline's forced his way through. Surely he'll get a driving standards flag for that one.
I wouldn't be too over dramatic there. I think there was a bit of side on contact, but the wheels weren't quite interlocking there.
Hands up.
Luckily, he seemed to be unscathed. And here we go. It looks like Evans is going to have a go at Roland now, because Cassidy's got through as well.
Oh, and that's contact as Dennis hits the side of Verline, and now they're just playing tic-tac-toe with each other. Vern's going to go around the outside. He's going to try and slip through on the in-line at 6. Can't do it. Here's Cassidy.
It's going to end in tears, I think.
10 minutes to go.
Cassidy telling Mitch to go. And that's going to see we've got an incident, so Evans is going to go on the outside here.
So does Evans have more energy now than
Must do.
Cassidy at the end of that safety car period? Because they look pretty similar. I thought Cassidy had a bit more, but look at Evans's front wing. The part of the end plate dragging out. That's going to cut DaCosta's tyre if he goes around the outside like that. And at the inside goes Evans on Roland again.
And Cassidy just completely barged Roland off the track to make sure Evans had a clear advantage to take second. So ultimate team game is being played here. Look at Evans, he's all over the shop. DaCosta's led.
Maybe he can't go.
Yeah.
DaCosta's definitely upped his pace at this point on lap 31.
Hello to the little owl as we see side by side. DaCosta on the inside. Evans going to try and drag on the outside. He's got more power out of turn 2. Roland's getting blocks. Evans is going to take the lead here. He's going to have the inside line. Fabulous bit of driving from Mitch Evans. Can he hold the lead away from DaCosta? Yes, that was lovely.
Yeah, DaCosta gave him plenty of room there as well, showing Norman Nato how it's done, I think. But here we go. DaCosta's not giving up. He's going to try and stick it out around the outside as Verline tries to dive up the inside of Roland, but Roland is too busy trying to go around the outside of Cassidy again, as it's all getting bunched up behind as well, as Sede Kamara and Tictum have gone into attack mode.
Hughes in a battle with Vern as well, and Barnard didn't get in that mix.
Oh,
Dennis
this is on board with Verline. That's Dennis on our outside, so they're still side by side, Josh.
How on earth are these two not just ending up upside down right now? Evans leads a lap, so that ends the 10-lap run that DaCosta had, thanks to the safety car as well. Evans leads for the second time today.
Racing drivers, Josh. That's probably why they're not crashing into each other every corner. But yeah, I wonder, Roland, now that he's behind the two Jaguars and DaCosta, I wonder, is he going to try and, because he said, I'm happy where I am, is he going to try and fight forward to get back, or is he going to try and conserve and hold on where he is? As Barnard overtakes Deruvula for 9th. That would be his best finish, as Vern is one of the only ones who's yet to take his attack mode. Evans as well. So that was why he was telling Evans to go, because he still had 3 minutes of attack mode to use.
Little Owl says, I'm relying on your commentary for this as I'm watching the FA Cup final. Is it the FA Cup final today? Blimey, I've missed it.
I wouldn't know. I'm not really a football guy.
I guess that's why Dad says he couldn't help today. Oh, McLaren's
I wonder
touch!
what is... Ooh. Yeah, as you say, McLaren's getting a bit physical, and that's Vern and Barnard going side by side and hitting each other. I wonder if Jaguar are using Evans to hold up DaCosta so Cassidy can take the lead, essentially, before he has to use that final attack mode. And this is Dennis just dive bombing.
That's ridiculous.
Show that on TV, that's effing ridiculous, says Dennis.
Yeah, I think Dennis is saying he got squeezed there.
Yeah, What is Verline
He feels he
doing?
was entitled to more space. It was a late dive up the inside there. I don't blame Verline maybe for not pushing across there. And there's one of the guests in the Jaguar garage, grimacing a bit at that one.
I believe that's Evans' mother.
Thank goodness it's not Mitch involved in that one. Here we go. But Evans under attack from DaCosta again. DaCosta tries to go to the outside then and is once more held at bay as that's Hughes trying to go up the inside of one of the Porsches. That must be Dennis and Verline he's fighting with.
Barnard's doing a great job here right now, I will say. And he's going to go for his teammate. Don't hit. Don't make me mince my words there, Taylor. And he's doing very well. 10-second time penalty for
clear Vern, because Jev is pretty difficult to overtake. Oh, what was that penalty for, sorry?
10-second time penalty for Norman Nato causing a collision.
I saw a 5-second time penalty earlier as well. I wasn't sure who that was for.
Oh, hang on, let me have a look. Race control messages. Blimey. 10 seconds of a tick term. That was when the green light went on.
And here comes Cassidy again on DaCosta. Trying to go around the outside. Radio.
Copy. We're working things out here. Keep doing what you're doing.
He's making the move.
The longer Mitch doesn't attack, the worse it is for me.
That's an old message. It was Van Dorn who got a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. And up the inside was DaCosta trying to have a go at Evans. That was perfect, because look at this. DaCosta's through!
No, that was a mistake. That was a mistake from Evans. He clearly outbraked himself there. And DaCosta gets through at the hairpin there. And yeah, Evans has really got to use his final attack mode sooner rather than later, as Cassidy says. I think Nick Cassidy should get a raise, his race engineer raise bonus, as well as the driving bonus as well.
So that's put to Costa, Evans, Roland, 1, 2, 3. Verline gets ahead. He's going to slip to the inside of Dennis. Can he get Hughes as well? Yes, he can. Hughes coming into the back of this one as well. Barnard and Hughes. What's happening? Hughes dropped down.
And again, Dennis almost gets squeezed. Oh, and hits the McLaren. He's sandwiched by the McLarens.
And round the outside, Barnard goes 6th. Dennis is going to lose out here big time to Hughes. And he's going to let the door open for Jean-Eric Verne. Oh.
The only thing I can think of is maybe he just got pushed out there, but is Dennis also trying to save some energy for the end of the race here? Who knows?
This race is just bonkers. And look at this again. Evans trying to go on to Costa again, and that's put Cassidy down. Roland might take this one, you know. We said this yesterday in similar time.
Well, I think if Evans and Costa crash into each other, which very nearly happened the previous lap, then I think the money would be on Roland. But look at this, still sticking it out around the outside. Great awareness from the pair of them. And Evans just utterly refuses to give up here, even though part of his wing is dangerously hanging off. I'm amazed Costa's not got a puncture yet, because they seem to keep going side by side, and the wing doesn't puncture the top.
Evans leads! Evans has taken the lead. He did the cutback. Worst time for a replay. Worst time. Evans leads the race. He cut back with Costa making a mistake. And Evans is off. Evans is going for an attack mode.
No, he's in attack mode.
Right, that explains it. So, 3 minutes. And Cassidy goes back through. But Evans
Cassidy will have to let him through here, surely.
Yeah.
And not fight too much, because it's counterproductive for Jaguar's race here.
35. So he did lead lap 35.
Yeah, here we go. Evans up the inside.
Yeah, easily down on Cassidy. Cassidy won't fight him that much. He knows that yesterday he has his advantage. Now he doesn't want Evans to lose out on something as well. The top 5 to
he also doesn't want to lose touch with the top 2 as well,
That's
though.
True.
So if they can work together, he will. But they are racing here now, and everyone's starting to up their pace a bit, aren't they?
Race extended by 3 laps, as I said, because it was inside 8:15 and 10:59. We had 9 minutes and 53 seconds under the safety car. So we have 3 added laps. It's a 41-lap race now. It has already been added to your timing tower at the top of your screen if you're watching along with us. On board now with Cassidy behind Evans. Is he going to think about a lunch? Oh, hello, what's that? Big smoke is the back. That was Hughes locking up. Jarubala making a move on the inside line.
Aries.
How long attack mode for Evans? 2 minutes, same circle as Evans, 2 minutes remaining.
It's Jake Hughes.
Yeah, so Jarubala passes Hughes. And breathe.
There we go. Good to see Darubala fighting for the points again. But here we go. Evans now to the outside of Roland. How defensive will Oliver Roland get here? Oh, just lets off the brakes and posts a bit into the corner to try and hold track position. And now he's got the inside for the hairpin, the left-hander. And Roland, the longer he holds up Evans, the better it is for the Costa here.
Look, the one thing I'm worried about here is the Costa's now 9/10 ahead. Is he using more energy? Is he actually going to make it to the end of the race? We've yet to see the energy come up on the screen.
Yeah, the more there's fighting behind, the more he can
go.
coast, though, and compensate. So that shows you the rate of charge at the moment. Is that the current energy remaining? 11.5 at the moment for the Costa. Be surprised. I think that's the current rate of recharge rather than the live usable remaining energy.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, a little bit of inter-team...
I don't know if that was genuine or sarcasm.
No, that was genuine because he was saying they should do that and get Mitch Evans into attack mode so they can just let him through, get him out of the way. And look at this, Cassidy really holding off Verline now. He's starting to attack him. And that's bringing Dennis back into play as well.
Alan McNish, I think, has said it like that was Cassidy having a go, but that wasn't. That was Cassidy. I agree with you, Ed. That was him thanking, because that's sort of leveled the playing
Because that was
field.
exactly what he was asking for as well.
Yeah, it was.
Because he's thinking about the team, because Cassidy has been very, very keen to position himself as the ultimate team player, right? Remember Monaco a few weeks ago?
Let him through, basically, as well. It's like Cassidy doesn't want to win the title. Let Mitch take it.
Well, I think he wants Evans. He wants to win the team's title as well. I think he does want to win for himself, but he doesn't want to hold Mitch Evans, his friend, up. Let's not forget, these two known each other since quite a young age.
Quite nice, actually. them two. They're actually.
It does
working
sort of show
together.
that Formula E and the media and commentators are very, very keen to hype up a rivalry between them, sort of Hamilton-Rosberg style thing. But we don't often see that in Formula E. It tends to be you get a couple of people who've got fire and water sort of personalities as the Jags go side by side, and Evans now having to defend. So it looks like the gloves are off and they're just racing each other fairly now. But this isn't good news for Roland. Oh, this is good news for Roland because as long as they're fighting each other, they're not fighting him. And Cassidy is up the inside then. So Evans looks like he may have to let him through here.
He's lifting. Down in the braking zone, he's lifting. So these two are just covering the tracks here. And Cassidy passes Evans, but I'm fully convinced that that is just a team tactic now.
Cassidy is leading the championship as well.
Yeah.
I think he just wanted Evans to get that attack mode out of the way,
Yeah.
so that they didn't have to worry about it later on.
Working so well, the Jaguar, as well. Oh, I'd love to. When you're in London, you must go and have a word with them and see where they're going. Oh, hello. What's happened there? That was Dennis sort of.
Well, I am
blocking
doing a pit walk.
Yeah, there you go.
But
Oh, hello.
maybe shed them a little leg attack. But
More Dennis and Verline contact. This race is just nuts.
it seems to calm down a little bit, isn't it? Oh,
Yeah,
I
oh,
say
that's-
that, and Cassidy goes through into
Second.
second past Roland. We're on the outside. And
Oh,
big lock up
Evans,
from
Evans.
Evans.
Oh, and that's
And through goes Verline.
Yeah, and he's not going to allow Dennis through as well. It is. Oh no, Cassidy's work with the team gone.
I wonder if Evans is low on energy here as well, and maybe that's why he made that mistake there. But
hell
that
is-
looked to me like the front, or the rear is just locking there.
It's his third race. and-
3.7. So that is the actual readings then for these
Yeah,
drivers.
there we go. With
And,
one to go,
DaCosta,
that'd be
I
fine.
think it's DaCosta versus Cassidy then, final lap.
I don't know what the hell Taylor Barnard is doing in 7th position, but I'm here for it. What a driver he
He
is.
did say he thought he could score more points today, and
he's
he's
done it.
delivered on that, hasn't he? Oh, not yet. Still another lap to go. Can't afford to bin it here. Defending.
Oh,
But
he's
look
got
at this.
one.
He's going for 6th now on Evans.
Come on, Taylor. Do it. He's over the back. He's going to go him. He's going to have him. He's not going to stop, is he? DaCosta is going to win this race. 1.1 seconds ahead. There's the music building in the background. Just don't like the fake crowd noise either. Don't like that for when a race wins. If it's winning, let us hear the actual crowd.
That's another thing Robot Wars used to do as well.
Yeah.
Here we go. Jake Dennis having a little look at Pascal Wehrlein, but he's running out of time in this race here, and everyone is running out of energy. But it's DaCosta on his way to victory.
The crowd noise has already started behind. 0.7. He'll be in regen mode. Cassidy 2. That's going to be close across the line. They'll lift and coast as well.
Cassidy's come too late here. He's left it too late.
Well, DaCosta had a win taken away from him. No longer. He's actually done a very, very decent job. DaCosta wins in Berlin. Surely now that secures the Porsche drive for next season. Cassidy 2nd, Roland 3rd, Verline 4th, Dennis 5th, 6th for Evans. Drew got ahead of Barnard, who finishes in 8th. Ericsson gets points. Joel Ericsson gets points. Debutising for Sebastian Boemi. 10th for Verne. The last point. Degrassi out in 11th. Hughes, Sete Kamara, Aron, Vanderlind, Mortara, Tinkton, King, Nato, Van Dorn.
Yeah, baby. P1.
Yes! This is how it's done.
Good job.
This is how
Good
it's
job.
done. It's for your father-in-law, mate.
Oh.
Antonio Felix da Costa has cut up here in the
Let's
commentary
hope they
box.
check the spring
Congratulations.
before this
Fantastic
race.
drive there to win on Porsche's home ground.
I know, man. It's an emotional one, actually. Been through a little bit lately. So, yeah, hopefully we get to keep this one. Always nice to hear your voice after a race. It's a good sign.
How nervous were you in that pack, and at what point did you think you needed to get in front to pull the pin and go?
It's an emotional one. I don't know, man. I thought, actually I went earlier than what I thought, but we had a good car balance and I was able to, I felt comfortable leading the race. So, yeah, I did take it a little bit earlier than expected, but it worked out.
Well, enjoy the podium and the champagne.
You can see the old grid hatchings where DaCosta's stopped there. He's won here before, though. Ed, I'm going to let you dive because you've got the Formula Sim Racing commentary. So what did you make of Berlin?
I think this race, for me, obviously I missed the key part of it, but
Not much. It's
through
fine.
no real fault of my own. But But yeah, I thought Da Costa, it was interesting that after that final safety car, when Porsche controlled the race, it really went in his favour. He was able to mainly stay in the top two, and that was really what secured a victory for him in the end. I think good news for him, and great to see Taylor Barnard and Daruvula, two rookies, putting in superb performances there. I think Daruvula, after everything went wrong for Jehan yesterday, I think he really needed that one as well. As Da Costa just taps the first place board, the first slight misbraking error that he's made today, and he gets congratulated by Nick Cassidy, and deservedly so. So you've got to say, full marks to Da Costa. If he gets the win reinstated, it could definitely help his championship, but I find that unlikely. I think probably he's going to have to make do with what he's got. So it might be too late for Da Costa's championship, but certainly, like you said, it might help his chances for next season. But Nico Müller, who of course isn't here in Berlin, he might have something to say about it after his own underdog heroics in the act.
Thank you, Ed, for your company here in Berlin. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time when we head to Shanghai in China as well. And I'll let you dive off now as well. See you soon.
Watch out.
Bye-bye. And we'll hand over to the world feed as well to get the post-race reactions.
Oliver Rowland, a 6th podium of the year as well. Phenomenal consistency from Rowland, and that will do no harm at all in terms of the championship. And likewise also for this man here, Nick Cassidy, he'll be extending his lead at the top, courtesy of getting more points than Pascal Wehrlein. Cassidy finishing 2nd, Wehrlein in 4th. And there is the Kiwi. What a job from Nick Cassidy. Always there and thereabouts, isn't he? Antonio Felix da Costa is the man of the moment. Fantastic job from him. Well, the celebrations now well underway here down on the grid in Tempelhof. Antonio Felix da Costa it is, the winner of round 10 for Tag Heuer Porsche on home turf. Nick Cassidy finishing in 2nd place, and there is Oliver Rowland, ever present on the podium throughout the 2024 season, and it's the 6th visit to the rostrum for him. He'll be absolutely delighted with that. Finished 3rd yesterday. It's another 3rd place finish, doing again no harm at all for the championship. Looking forward to the podium celebrations beginning down here, Karun.
Two have been the standout drivers for me this season. You know, the consistency of Oliver Rowland. This is a really, really difficult championship to get consistent results. There's so much unpredictability about him. There's so much aggression in the racing, and he's at 60% of podiums.
Let's go down and catch up with our winner then, Antonio Felix da Costa.
Antonio Felix da Costa, what a moment for you. Your first official win of the season.
Well, let's wait and see. The other one got taken away a few hours after, but no, I'm confident that we've got everything's in line, and it just feels great to win in a home race for Porsche. It's amazing, and we got so many guests here, so many people that work in the factory that don't normally get to come to the races. They're here as well. Our board members are here, so it's definitely a special one, and honestly, yeah, tough start to the season, and we've been building a really good momentum, always closing the gap to the championship leaders, and yeah, it feels good to take this one.
How much work has gone into getting to this moment? And also, let's talk about the competitors. I mean, Nick Cassidy, Oliver Rowland, he didn't make it easy for you.
No one ever does, and rightly so. But no, it's, I don't know. I mean, only in the dictionary success comes before work, so, or work comes before success, something like that, I don't know. But no, it's, yeah, gotta work hard when things are not right, and when you have the right people around you, it makes it a little bit easier. And I want to dedicate this win to my engineer's father-in-law who passed away this week. So it's for him and his family.
Thank you so much. Huge congratulations. Antonio Felix da Costa, and a home win for Tag Heuer Porsche.
Lovely sentiments there from Antonio Felix da Costa, claiming his first victory since Cape Town 2023. I spoke to his brother, who was down on the grid before the start of this race, and he just had that knowing look in his eye. I said, what's possible? Anything's possible in Formula E, and that is exactly what happened. That was the move that got him into the lead of the race. There, never really looked back, did he? He was able to pull the pin when others around him squabbling amongst one another, and this is the moment that Da Costa came across the timing line to take victory. And this is what it means for Florian Modlinger and for Tang Heuer Porsche, who, of course, are celebrating their home race. And we'll be very much hoping for a big celebration here tonight in Berlin as well. You can see what it means for Da Costa. That was him leaping out of the car and celebrating in front of the crowd here in Germany. Fantastic. That's really nice to see actually between Florian Modlinger and Antonio Felix Da Costa. There's been a few rumours going around this year that the relationship between them has soured somewhat. That was a lovely embrace after a very, very well-deserved victory for the DAC Attack. Now the celebrations down there with the team as well. We'll be hearing from our other two podium finishers, Nick Cassidy and Oliver Rowland, very shortly here as well, very soon.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we had the plan. Yeah, we had the plan.
So you're making a bit of habit out of this. Back on the podium again here in Berlin. Congratulations. Talk us through that race, because you played the team game. You were supporting Mitch Evans, but at one point it didn't really go to plan and you seemed to lose out.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately it's a great weekend for us. I feel sorry for Mitch. He lost out a bit there, but I feel like we both could have maybe had a bit of a better race. We try to work together. That sometimes works, it sometimes doesn't. And in this peloton racing, it's really hard to do that. But we gave it our best, and we had a great weekend.
Did you think you had the right team from the right support from the team in the race?
Yeah, 100%. I have all year.
Excellent. And what's going to be the plan for the rest of this championship title fight?
I think we just got to keep doing what we're doing. Team's done an amazing job. Really enjoying it, and really proud to be driving for Jaguar TCS Racing.
Huge congratulations. Second place for Nick Cassidy at Jaguar TCS Racing.
Nick Cassidy, second place for him. 45 points he scored this weekend. Came within 7/10 of a second of winning both races, believe it or not. This is the start he made. He was absolutely lightning away from the lights.
Yeah, fastest lap as well.
Yeah, what a job from Cassidy. Delighted with that. No surprise at all. You can see some of the moves that were made. It got a bit messy between himself and Mitch Evans at one point. I thought it was going to bubble over, you know.
To be honest, I think it was quite a political answers that he gave Nicky there after the race. Certainly not the heated ones on the radio earlier on.
Let's go down and catch up with our man who finishes in third place then, Oliver Rowland, a second successive podium here in Germany.
Oliver Rowland, huge congratulations, a third place here. You've gained yourself the new title, the Prince of the Peloton. You seem to perfect that again. Started from P16 and on the podium.
Yeah, yesterday's strategy was to obviously try and get quickly to the front, and today it was slightly different because we knew everybody might copy, so the first 5 laps we stayed calm and then we went on a mission. And again, it was a bit like I arrived at the front and it was a little bit too quick. But yeah, look, it's a super tough race. Everybody's been aggressive. The tough thing for me was I had 2 Porsche, 2 Jaguar, kind of trying to help each other, and then me alone trying to fight them a bit, you know. But yeah, it was fun. There was a lot of contact, but yeah, great to come from 16th to 3rd.
We'll keep up the good work. 6th podium this season. Congratulations, Oliver Rowland for Nissan.
What a job from Ollie Rowland. I'm running out of superlatives to describe how impressive his consistency has been. On the return to Formula E, well, let's not forget, he was out for more than half the season last year.
Yes, he was. He's came back. I think they re-energised the Nissan team as well. And without doubt, he's leading the charge there. But superb consistency, and also having to be aggressive to be able to get those results. It's not as if they're coming through the speed of the car in qualifying. They're coming through, I would say, the tenacity of him in the race.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. What a race. What a weekend we've had in Formula E. It's been phenomenal. Let's get confirmation of the classification from the Sun Mini Mill Berlin E-Prix for round 10. Antonio Felix da Costa is the winner for the first time since Cape Town last year. Cassidy and Rowland also on the podium ahead of Verline, Dennis, Evans. Jehan Daruvala, that's his best ever finish in Formula E, ahead of Taylor Barnard, his second ever weekend, and he finishes in 8th place. Equally as impressive as Joel Eriksson, 9th on his return to the championship for the first time since 2021 for Envision Racing. John-Eric Verve bookending the point score. scorers. Lucas de Grassi unlucky to miss out. Likewise, Jake Hughes as well. Sete Camera, Aaron, Van der Linde, Mortara, Tictum and King, as well as Nato and Van Dorn, the last of the classified finishers. From that race, we lost Sasha Fenestraz after he ended up in the wall, courtesy of contact with Norman Nato, and also Max Günther ending his day in the barrier as well. What it means in terms of the championship then, because I'm fairly certain that Nick Cassidy will have increased his advantage, and he has done. There we are, 140 points compared to Pascal Wehrlein's 124. That is a nice tight margin, but I tell you what, it's closing up in the battle for second place here. Wehrlein 124, Roland on 118, and Dennis trailing there on 102. Very much still in contention. Evans now sitting a little bit further back than he would like to be, I'm sure, at this critical stage in the season. Further down the order, you can see Fenestraz, Hughes, Nato, Freund and Buemi all pretty close on points there as well, and even the drivers on the fringes of the top 20, Deruvala, Mortara and Barnard also with a few points here this weekend. I think they'll be pretty pleased with that. Only drivers who failed to score points are Jordan King, Nick de Vries and also Paul Aaron. As you can see, we'll see de Vries back out in the car next time out in Shanghai, and hopefully he'll be able to get his point scoring off the board. In terms of the Teams Championship, Jaguar TCS Racing continue to stamp their authority in Season 10. 237 points as compared to Tag Heuer Porsche's 183. Then you've got Nissan on 144 with DS Penske nibbling away at their heels. Andretti, though, right there as well, just 1 point adrift of the gold and black machines. And in terms of the manufacturer's trophy, Porsche now just 1 point ahead of Jaguar after round 10. It is as close as you like. Nissan there, 202. They've got a little bit of a cushion over the Stellantis-powered Maseratis and DS Penske's. Mahindra now 3 points in front of ERT as well. Let's go down to catch up with Saunders. Jake Dennis manages to end his 2-race scoreless streak and gets 3 bonus points for pole position, of course, this weekend as well. He claims 5th place at the checkered flag.
Jake Dennis, it was there to be had today, but that was a really tricky one. I don't even know how you began to manage that.
It was difficult for all of us. It was a challenging race. Just slipped away from our side when I got told to take attack again, when the team thought I missed it, but I'd taken it, and then unfortunately we dropped back to that 8th or 9th, taking it on the second time, and when I didn't even need to. So a bit of a shame for the race to be lost like that, but nevertheless, it was just a really difficult race, a lot of crashes, and yeah, happy just to come home with 10 points and obviously the pole position today.
It sounds like you're taking the right positives from that going into now Shanghai.
Yeah, I mean, you can't win them all, and I mean, 5th was the best place for us today. Struggled a little bit out there with pure pace, and yeah, 5th it was pretty rough out there, and I felt like everyone was against me, but yeah, is what it is, and we move on to Shanghai.
Had your fair share of bumps out there? Anything you still feel was a bit unfair, or happy with now you're out of the car that it was just racing?
I mean, you're obviously hunting there, but I mean, I think it's quite clear on TV, so yeah, no real comment.
Okay. Leave it for the driver's room.
Fairly diplomatic answer there from Jake Dennis. Yeah, there were a few questionable overtakes that we saw over the course of that. And that's the problem, though, with that Peloton style racing, is it does promote a fair bit of chaos, and that's exactly what we saw. Either way, it is Michael Steiner, the member of the executive board Research and Development for Porsche AG, who makes his way up onto the podium to the plaudits of the crowd here in Berlin. I mean, this is perfect for Tag Heuer Porsche as well. They took the victory in the World Endurance Championship yesterday at Spa-Francorchamps with Jota, and here this weekend in Berlin they win on Sunday for round 10, Alan.
Yeah, and it's always important for a manufacturer to win their home race, and obviously Berlin, big important event for them, and as Antonio Felix da Costa said, you know, there's a lot of people here from the factory as well coming to see the race, the people that don't necessarily get any of the plaudits, however they can be part of this successful weekend for Porsche.
Now time for Oliver Rowland to make his way on to the rostrum, a 6th podium finish of the season. A 2nd successive one here in Berlin as well. 2 third places this weekend, doing him no harm at all in terms of the championship. And we always talk about what won Jake Dennis the title last year. It was his metronomic consistency over the course of the year. And that is exactly what the likes of Oliver Rowland and Nick Cassidy have displayed throughout 2024. Rowland makes his way onto the rostrum. Congratulating all of the dignitaries here. It's Alberto Longo from Formula E. As Roland once again slots himself into third place. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, really impressive performance once again from him. Nick Cassidy, second place for him. It was the top step of the rostrum yesterday. It will be the second place position here today.
Yeah, first to second and 2 fastest laps is not a bad haul out of a double header, especially a double header with so much chaos. To be able to come out with that, extend your championship lead, also have a little bit of a controlling lead in your own internal team battle. And now for Nick Cassidy, sits up there in second place on the podium, but without doubt a little bit of the control over the driver's title.
Yeah, Cassidy was the person that I was looking to put money on this year if I was a betting man, just given how impressive he's been in races like this. And at the moment, he is proving to be one of the classes of the field. But today, he was well and truly outclassed by Antonio Felix da Costa, who led 22 laps to reach 119 that have been led here at the Tempelhof circuit. Of course, he had victory snatched away from him in Misano earlier on this year after being disqualified for a technical infringement. And despite the disappointment, he was able to bounce back. And he has bounced back in spectacular fashion on home ground here for Tag Heuer Porsche. What it means for Antonio Felix da Costa is everything to be crowned as the winner. A maximum 25 points, taking the victory here this afternoon. Now just embracing everybody up on the podium. CEO of Nissan there as well. On to the top step for the first time proper in 2024. Antonio Felix da Costa is the winner. Now time for the national anthems. Antonio Felix da Costa celebrates his third win. Now time for the national anthem of Germany for Porsche.
Of the winning team from Germany.
Dak is back in Berlin. A victory for him here in the sunshine at Tempelhof. Now time for the trophies to be presented. Carmen and Shania Geiss, the TV stars, celebrating here this weekend in Berlin. And they present the team's representative trophy to Michael Steiner, member of the executive board, research and development for Porsche AG. Now time for the third place trophy to be presented by Sascha Leipold, CEO of ADAC Berlin Brandenburg. It goes to Oliver Rowland for the second time in as many days. Tommaso Volpe on the right-hand side, and good to see Sasha Fenestraz down there after ending up out of the race. It's all okay following that incident, celebrating with the team. Wolfgang Grabber, the CEO of Sun Mini Mill, the title sponsor here for the Berlin EPrix. He gives that trophy to Nick Cassidy. More silverware for Jaguar to take home. And Kai Wegner, the governing mayor of Berlin, accompanied by Davina Geis's daughter.
Antonio Felix da Costa.
I beg your pardon. Kai Wegner there on his own, the governing mayor of Berlin, awarding the first place trophy to Antonio Felix da Costa.
Absolutely fantastic from da Costa, and it's champagne time! And Antonio Felix da Costa finally gets to spray that champagne he has been waiting to spray for such a very, very long time as well. He got the victory taken away from him last time in Mazzano. He doesn't have it taken away today. Now, JT's wandered into the commentary box as well. Fresh from his British touring cars antics. JT, how was the BTCC?
I am surprised I have a voice left, Josh.
Is that good?
At the front, meh. In the middle and in the mid-pack, oh my days.
I'm going to go watch it now. That's the way I'm going. I'm going to leave this, go watch that, and then have a bit of food, and then come back. Got 2 hours until the next race, so that's perfect time to just chill out, get a few things done, and then wind down from what has been a hectic day so far. So thanks, JT, for covering the touring cars. We're back for race 3. Thanks to Ed and to Omi. Ed had a power cut midway through the race, so Omi stepped in quickly.
I saw that Ed wasn't in the commentary box.
Yep, power cut. Very typical. Yeah, so thanks, JT.
Classic.
We're going to sign off now. Da Costa brilliantly wins here in Berlin. Next time out, though, 2 weeks' time, it's the Shanghai EPrix live here on JB1 and Twitch. We'll see you soon. Take care. Goodbye from Berlin.